Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today, we're going to be looking at Akiko from the G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes movie series. Um, I've got a few extra figures here, so do some side. Hi, hi, Sugar. Yeah, just shove your face in my mouth. Uh huh. Sugar, your butt is faced at the camera. Do you mind? Get, Come over here. Get your butt away from the camera. Nobody wants to see cat butt, okay? Nobody wants to see cat butt. All right. So I'm Blind Prime, and haven't done a GI Joe classified figure in a while, but that's because of budgetary reasons. Yeah, Hasbro's really Hasbro's raised all the rates, and it's been difficult. But Akiko came on sale for under $10, and I have under $10 to spend, and you knocked Gambit over. So I got Akiko because $10 is $10, and a GI Joe classified figure for $10 is pretty good. So I think that's a decent deal for a GI Joe classified figure. Say what you want about Akiko, but honestly speaking, I don't think it's the best GI Joe classified figure, but neither is it the worst. It is. It's a decent action figure. It is definitely above the scale of Marvel Legends. Yes, you're such an adorable cat. You knocked Gambit over again. Gambit keep getting knocked over by Shadow Cat. What do you, Sugar, go over here. You can be a loving cat over somewhere else. Sugar, you so sweet. Don't knock anything else over, please. No, I'll scratch you behind your ear. Good grief. She just wants so much loves. She just wants so much loves. Okay, so Akiko here is Sugar, lay down. There you go. Lay down. Yeah, yeah. Kiko is a figure, as a character I don't really know much of, but I could tell you this. I loved her in G.I. Joe Retribution, or is it Retaliation? Um, it's a Sugar, how have you done this? Oh my god, Sugar, please. I'm trying to do a video. You've done knocked over everything but Akiko. Stop it. Okay, she's a smaller figure than normal. That's for sure. She's not as tall as the other figures, and check out my YouTube short on that one. I'll have it posted soon. The things I like about this figure are definitely her sculpt. It feels like she's wearing some cool robes, some really nice little armor pieces. She's got an excellent sculpt to it, and like I was saying before, Sugar rudely interrupted. This figure is it's not the greatest of the GI Joe classified, but it definitely sits higher than the majority of Marvel Legends I've experienced in the past few years. So that's something to be said about it. This has got a lot more sculpt work in it, and probably paint than Marvel Legends really ever does. And I say the negatives on her that I have are double jointed elbows, because we saw with Lady J that they could accomplish better elbows. And I don't understand why they're not using more of Lady J's arms and other things, because Lady J totally has doubled elbows. And people complain about her face sculpt. Now, I'll let you know this, okay? Other than the double jointed elbows, this character has some pretty good stuff about her. And I meant to say that when it comes to the face sculpt, it does feel a little weird. It does kind of feel weird. The nose and the mouth seem like they're just a little too far forwards for her, and it makes it feel like there's a bit of a horse face going on. But I'm pretty sure that the woman who played Akiko in the movie is a very nice looking woman, and probably looks a hell of a lot better than her face sculpt in this. And I hope she's not too embarrassed by how the face sculpt turned out, because she's a good actress. And even though I don't know her name at the moment, I do know that I have to say that I remembered her in G.I. Joe Retribution. I think that's the same character and or same actress, and that was very well done. And so there's that. So I hope she's not too upset by the fact that the face sculpt came out a little weird. The face sculpt isn't as bad as people let it out to be, though. It's a face. It's a good face. And I do love how they did the eyes. It's so rare to come across characters that have Asian eyes in action figures. They just don't do it enough. And I think that's upsetting to me. I want to see more diversity in my action figures. I would love that. As a person who can't see and feel, I love those changes in the sculpt. I like the diversity of humankind, and I really love it whenever they're all together. It feels, well, it just feels right to me. It just feels right. And this is a good representation of that. And to give an understanding, I brought out Storm Shadow here, and Storm Shadow is also Asian. Now, I'm not 100% on the knowledge here, but I'm pretty sure they come from different places in Asia, because many people confuse the fact, when someone says Asian, they're like, oh, they all look the same. But no, 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 no. They are Chinese Asians are different than Japanese Asians, which are different than Vietnamese Asians, which are different from Korean Asians. Each little country there has its own unique markers, and you can tell if you're really good at it. You can find, just at a glance, you can know what part of Asia an Asian's from just by looking at their face. I think that's a pretty neat thing, and nobody really covers that enough, and I think that's really cool. I'm just a lover of how the world is crazy, unique, and diverse, and things are different whenever you go all of 100 miles in a direction sometimes, and it's wild. But if you can get your finger in here, you can feel the eyes of Storm Shadow, and his eyes are similar, but they're not the same. They're similar, but they feel more. Um, and I hope I don't catch flack for this, but they feel more like Japanese eyes to me. I've met Japanese people. I've been friends with Japanese people and friends with Chinese people, and both of them have different eyes. And this guy's eyes feel like they have the wrinkles and stuff around them that a Japanese person's eyes would have, whereas Akiko's eyes here feel more like she's Korean or Chinese. But I'm not 100% on that, and I don't really want to say for sure and upset somebody. I'm not intending to. I'm just embracing the diversity here because I think it's really cool. I love it. I like the fact that I have two Asians, and now we have a good guy Asian, even though Storm Shadow is also kind of a good guy Asian who's just been screwed over by misinformation and lies. Okay, so we're done talking about that stuff. I think it's really cool. I just wish Akiko had some sort of mask over her face. I think that would have also been nice for her if she had had a cool mask and it only showed her eyes like Storm Shadow. Now we've talked about that enough. Let's move into these accessories she comes with. She comes with three accessories. She's got her two swords, and this is interesting. You usually get swords that are a bit better in sculpt work. Okay, these swords kind of suck in the sculpting department. I don't even think they meant to be swords because they feel more rounded than anything. They don't stand very tall. We can put them on the ground and they stand all the way up to her waist. Like she can lean up against her leg, but that's it. And we got Storm Shadow's swords here as a comparison. So let's grab one of them. We're gonna grab a Storm Shadow sword and compare them together because her swords absolutely are terrible. Storm Shadow, let go of your. All right, Storm Shadow's not going to let go of his sword. He really wants to hold on to it. So, Akiko, don't fall. Bad Akiko. Akiko, thank you. Okay, so here is Akiko's swords, and here are Storm Shadow's. Akiko's swords are thicker, like they. It's just weird. Is Akiko's sword supposed to be a sword, or is it supposed to be just a beatdown stick? Because it feels more like a beatdown stick. Storm Shadow's sword feels like a sword. It's thin, it's got a sharp edge, it's got a flat edge on the other side. This is a freaking sword. Akiko's is more like, I don't know, maybe it's a dirk. It's a long dirk because it feels like it has multiple edges in a spot, in a circle, or it's just a terrible sculpted weapon, and they just kind of pooped it out. Um, but I don't like the swords too much. I mean, they're decent weapons, but at the same time, they're not swords. They feel more like nightsticks. Um, Maybe you can tell me why that is in the comments below, but I'm not sure if there will ever be an answer for that. And she also came with another Really cool piece. I'm going to set her over here so I don't accidentally knock her over. And he fell over earlier because of sugar. But we've got Gambit here from Toy Biz. Now, I lost Gambit's accessories years ago. I've moved at least 10 times. The cards went and the adamantium rod went. I don't know what happened to either of those pieces, and I do regret that I've lost them. But Akiko came with a quarterstaff that's got blades on either end. Again, um, I don't know why a quarterstaff needed swords on either end, but that's what we got here, a bladed quarterstaff. And then I thought to myself, well, if Akiko can't carry her extra weapon on her body, I know who needs a quarterstaff, who's been waiting for a quarterstaff for years, and he's definitely missed it. And it's Gambit from Toy Biz. Gambit needs a quarterstaff, so Gambit gets a quarterstaff. And the quarterstaff works very well for your Gambit figure if you have a Toy Biz Gambit and you've lost your adamantium. Wait, biting me? If you've lost your adamantium rod for your Gambit, either Toy Biz or Marvel, Toy Biz or Hasbro Gambits, Akiko's quarterstaff is a replacement that you could use. It doesn't look exactly right, but I just say it's a good replacement in this humble reviewer's opinion. So that being said, let's go ahead and put Gambit down here so he's out of the way. Sugar, don't you attack Gambit. Gambit's got he's got enough problems with Kitty. All right. So finally, let's talk about the figure's articulation and get into all that stuff. Um, so the head can move up and down, and actually, interestingly enough, weirdly enough, it just boggles my mind. It's on a ratchet. Her head is on a ratchet. I think that's so cool. No one ever talks about that. Like you can actually, there's a Fortnite hang glider right now on sale on Amazon for like $12. I'm going to pick one up for myself, and this figure can work very well in a hang glider. Let's go ahead and put her in sort of like a hang glider motion. So you twist her arm like that, and then we're just going to bring this arm up and we twist the arm like that, and then we can close up the legs together. I don't know how the hang glider is going to work, but if she does hang gliding with that ratcheted head, you've got the perfect, just perfect articulation for hang glider action. So let that be known. If you have one of those hang gliders, Akiko could probably fit in it very nicely and actually, have the articulation necessary to look up. I think that's cool. She can also crack her head to the right and crack her head to the left, and she can pull an exorcist. I love it when they pull exorcists. Okay, the arms can do 360. They can raise up to about 90 degrees on each side, which isn't bad. And also the raising up of the arms at the deltoid area is a ratchet. There's another hidden ratchet here, and that's really nice. I like that ratchet. Now the elbow, even though it is a single jointed elbow, it's a ratcheted single jointed elbow. I don't know what's going on with this figure. There's a ratchet in the head, there's a ratchet in the shoulder, there's a ratchet in the elbow. The hand isn't ratcheted, sadly. I think that's a missed opportunity, but the hand does have up and down motion. The right hand has up and down motion. Now let's see if the left hand has up and down motion. Yeah, the left hand has the up and down motion as well. Um, so that is these upper body articulation points. Now, the body can bend backwards, but not very far, and it doesn't bend forwards at all. I think that is a missed opportunity. And there's all this extra sculpting and molding on her that stops that. They could have done something a little differently there, but oh well. Now we're going to come down here to her legs. She can kick out to the side decently far. She's got the pop down, pop in hinges for G.I. Joe Classified. Pop that down. She can kick up forwards, but not directly in front of her because of the way sculpting works. Let's see if we can change that. Yeah, she can't really get directly in front of her, but she can kick up at a decent angle, and she can kick backwards, kind of. It's because of the skirt and how her core works, you can't really get as much motion in her legs as you would hope for a martial artist. Now we're going to come down here to her. She's got a thigh swivel. See, and she's got a knee. Let's see, is it double jointed? single jointed? Double, single, double, or single? Come on. Double jointed knees. That's good. That's good. At least they gave us double jointed knees, and her knees are so double jointed you could actually stand them up like that. That's fun. Um, so that's something you can do with her double jointed knees. And now you come over here to her boot. Her boot has a swivel. She's got foot swivel in both of her feet. And then she's got these. She's got the typical ankle stuff that the GI Joe classified figures do. And to top it all off, she's got heels on her feet. Heels. And I don't like the heels. I do not like the heels at all. But they did manage to set it up so that her heels don't interfere with her ability to stand. She can stand as soon as I put all the joints back together because I've been playing with them and she's all sort of discombobulated. Stand, woman. Stand. 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 Okay. So the heels do inhibit standing a bit because they cut them so that the backs of her legs are very rounded. I don't know why they gave this woman high heels. I seriously have no idea. Okay, women of YouTube that are watching this, let me know why. Uh, why anyone would ever wear high heels and be a martial artist. Are they just that comfortable or something? Or is this just another instance of misogyny in movies where they gave the woman high heels because women have high heels and that's something women wear all the time and the women like the high heels that they wear because the men like the way the butt looks with the high heels. Oh, yeah, I like high heels. Is that what happened? Is that just dumbass, fucking regular schmo? I don't care about a woman except that her butt is big kind of statement there, or was there something else? Like, let me know because I've never worn high heels, so I have no clue. But I assume that they're not good for fighting. They're not good for walking around the wilderness. They're not good for anything. It's just they're stupid in my opinion. They're stupid, and if you've ever been stepped on by a high heel, you know how stupid they are. And then it's just, how are you going to make a soldier with high heels? Just no, no. Lady J got no high heels. That's for a fact. Love me, Lady J. Kiko's pretty cool. I think the overall rating of her is she's not one of the greatest, like I said. I think that she gets a 5 out of 10 for a G.I. Joe classified figure. She's got a lot of good for her. She is not as bad as people let her out to be. She comes with some decent accessories, and she does actually pose very well for having these disgusting high heels. Uh, I'm surprised by that, but there's other things about her that I'm just also like, why? Why does she have this big bubble butt? Why? Maybe it's because of the high heels. I don't know, but I just don't like the fact that there's a bubble butt there. I don't know. I'm weird, but I do appreciate the fact they didn't give her giant breasts. I have to say that's better of you, Hasbro. You didn't give her giant breasts and a giant butt, and I mean you gave her the butt and you gave her the high heels, but at least you didn't give her the breasts. And that's a step in the right direction there, Hasbro. Not everybody has giant bazongas. And not everybody wants giant bazongas either. So having a female character that's more in line with an actual female is I'm very happy to see. And this is definitely going to go up there in the ranks like Lady J, but it's like I said, it's still not as good as the Lady J figure. And Lady J figure is still on sale. If nobody's picked that figure up, do it. Okay, that is an excellent female action figure, and you can probably change her out to look like many other action figures with a little customization. But that's been my review of Akiko, one of Snake Eyes' companions, a martial artist with the G.I. Joe, and a person that fights against Storm Shadow a lot. It's an excellent figure, and I do approve of it, especially at the price of like $10. And it's not the greatest of the GI Joe classified series, but neither is it the worst one. It's in the middle. It's definitely sitting right there in the middle at a number 5 out of 10. Until next Prime, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed Sugar interrupting the episode. Bye bye for now.